Star Trekkers recognize him as the ultimate intergalactic villain, Khan. To a new generation of fans, he's the grandfather of the Spy Kids family. In the Montalban family, he's the devoted father of 3 daughters and a son. He and his lovely wife, Georgiana, have been married for over 50 years. A consummate actor, activist, philanthropist, Ricardo Montalban is a goodwill ambassador to all peoples of the world. In 1970, Ricardo organized the Latino arts advocacy organization, Nosotros, to improve and promote the image of Latinos in the entertainment industry, both in front of and behind the camera. Nosotros formed the Ricardo Montalban Foundation to purchase, restore, and maintain this landmark theater. Together, the two foundations are setting out on a new adventure to develop, present, and support world-class theater.
Holy name so that all your children, Christians, Jews, Muslims, and people of all other faiths may know that they are welcome here.
Finally, right here in the heart of Hollywood, the community will have a theater, a school, a place to laugh, a place to cry, a place for each of us to reflect upon our own lives. Thank you.
Great actress, great friend, Ms. Valerie Harper.
On behalf of 120,000 Screen Actors Guild members, we really want to congratulate everyone who brought this wonderful occurrence into fruition. I mean, this is a night to really celebrate not just a great man, but theater right here in our city.
It's my pleasure to present this congressional record that is now in the archives of the U.S. Congress on behalf of the great man, Mr. Ricardo Montalban, and his foundation and Nosotros for all that they do for our community, breaking barriers.
My dear friends, I'm very emotional at this moment. I feel so honored, I feel so happy, but also very humble. And thank you so much for the affection that you have shown me throughout the years. God love you all. Thank you.
Tonight's gala celebrates the fulfillment of a dream that began over 34 years ago.
We finally were able to get a theater. Now, in this theater, what can we do? It should be a theater that represents the community. It's not just like a Chicano theater, a Mexican theater. No, it's trying to bring together the brotherhood of man in the community so we get to know one another. Besides the theater, right next to it, we're going to have a laboratory in which we're going to create actors. Yes, we're going to have teachers, we're going to have lessons, we're going to be very active, mostly thanks to Jerry Velasco and the wonderful board of directors that we have.
We were able to save this theater, this famous theater that's in the heart of Hollywood. The most famous street in the world is Hollywood and Vine. We bought it from the city. We had 7 weeks to raise $2.5 million, and we were able to do it. The impossible dream became a reality, and it's Ricardo. Ricardo inspired that in us.
I envisioned a very rich future for the theater. Today there are so many means of communication, expression, and so forth, but I still think that the theater, the live theater, an audience there, the immediate response to them and everything, it's magic. It's magic. The theater is magic. 5 minutes, oh, the heart's going to race. Places. When you go on that stage and you concentrate, but you feel the audience, and if you get any kind of reaction from them, it's like manna from heaven. I think it's the best training ground for any actor, is the theater.
Born in Mexico City, Ricardo was the youngest of 4 children. Raised in the midst of a warm and supportive family, he was encouraged to be independent and adventurous. His father told him, "If you want to discover anything in life, you must be an adventurer." With the goal of continuing his education and learning English, Ricardo left one world to begin life in another. He joined his older brother Carlos in Los Angeles and enrolled in Fairfax High School.
Having come from Mexico, my accent was thicker, of course. So I took public speaking in order to improve them. The public speaking teacher was also the drama coach, Miss Araxi Jangoshan. She was Armenian, wonderful lady, very traditional, you know, very sort of old-fashioned in a way, great dignity. And she saw something in me. She gave me the lead in a play by Jacques Duval called Tovarich. And when this rich role became part of me, and I went on that stage, as I said, outside of me, presenting this prince, you know, I felt a certain power and a certain magic that invaded me, and I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's how it happened. MGM had offered me a screen test when I was doing a play in high school. And my brother says, no, 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 you're going to graduate from college. You're my responsibility in this country. My brother took me to New York. You were my vacation, and I fell in love with theater there, you know. And I got myself an agent. One day, the telephone rings, and it's for my agent, Ricardo. We're going to meet somebody. So I went there and knocked on the door. The door opens, and there's a lion in there, a cub, but pretty big, and there's Tallulah Bankhead. And the cascade of words that came out of this woman. That so-and-so actor that you sent to play the part of the croupier last night, he forgot his lines, ruined the first act, he's not going to go on tomorrow night. In the meantime, the lion is biting my shoe, you know. My agent says, how about Ricardo here? She says, I don't give a, as long as you don't forget your lines, young man. I said, well, yes, Miss Bankhead, yes. And it was a line that was rather funny. And I said my line, I got a good reaction from the audience, made my exit. Tallulah was waiting for me. Young man, this is like being in France again, where the most insignificant roles are done with dignity. And you are going to be with me for the rest of the tour.
When we return, from Soundy to MGM stardom.